Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me for today's presentation. And today we will be talking about plant medicine for autoimmune emotions. And this is a follow-up video to a live that I did a little over a week ago where we were talking about autoimmune emotions and crystals and crystal therapy. So let's get down to it. First of all, again, I have to make a disclaimer here that I am not a medical professional. I do not prescribe medication. I do not diagnose conditions. I am not a doctor. Please treat this information as education information and for educational purposes only. Before you do anything and change anything in your diet, lifestyle, or medical plan, talk to your doctor, okay? Moving on. All right, so wanted to mention it again that it is not the plant medicine nor a crystal medicine nor anything else out there that can heal you solely by being present in your field. You have to, one, have an intention for the plant medicine to be working with your energy, and two, you also have to change your awareness and expand it a little bit and see the things that you were not able to see before. In order to change a problem, you first have to understand it and understand the dynamics that are playing a role in the formation and upkeep of the problem. So without understanding that, nothing will help you. So if you have constant headaches and you constantly are using spearmint and you see that you have to use it over and over and over again and it works only for a little bit, that's exactly why. They will not take the condition away just because you put a remedy in your body. It will help temporarily, but it will not eliminate the root cause of that problem. You have to become aware of why the problem is there in the first place to be able to do something with it. And plants can help you get there. If you set an intention for the plant to help you see, understand the root causes of your condition, especially the psycho-spiritual root causes, you can ask for the plant's help and support as you are growing and changing, becoming ready for that awareness to occur in you. Okay, there are some things we are all not ready to see yet, and we are all changing to be able to perceive and see something. Okay. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments down below. I will be able to answer them after this live is over. So first we'll be talking just a reminder of the emotional root causes of certain autoimmune conditions. This is a recap of what we did last week. So I went a little bit more in depth there. I will be going through a main emotional signature of an autoimmune condition. Okay, so if you want to see more details, if you are interested in more details, go back to the video I did a little over a week ago. It's available on my page. It's called Crystals for Autoimmune Condition. So in general, the autoimmune diseases, they feel in the body as if you were attacking oneself. And that is occurring because of the circumstances that make you feel that it is safer to attack yourself first before the environment, the people in your environment will, because then you feel in control. This is happening on a very unconscious level. You are not choosing to do it to yourself. So for example, the Addison's disease, it feels like being defeated. Alopecia, losing hair and patches, that it feels like helplessness in the body. The signature of celiac disease is disempowerment. Chronic fatigue syndrome, that is emotional depletion. The Crohn's disease in the body feels like unforgiveness. Dermatitis and problems with the skin, frustration. Endometriosis is unexpressed creativity. Graves' disease, one of the thyroid diseases, that basically is abandonment. Hashimoto's thyroiditis feels in the body like humiliation. Interstitial cystitis, rage. Multiple sclerosis, the emotional cause is inflamed communication. Psoriasis, feeling punished. At the root of rheumatoid arthritis, you feel dominated. Lupus, it's abuse. And vitiligo, it's a separation trauma. So when we are talking about the main emotional root causes of these diseases, we have some plants that can help us, support us as we are dealing with these emotions. And I'm going to go through them right now a little bit more in detail, but the main table that's going to show you what works for what is right now in front of you. And I have highlighted the plant medicine that keeps showing up over and over again, and I will discuss these in detail following this this section. So when we feel anger, poor boundaries, and distrust in the autoimmune diseases, what can really help is cardamom, clove, and myrrh. For Addison's disease, the feeling of depletion, fatigue, and feeling unsupported, eucalyptus, basil, and birch can be very helpful. For alopecia, the distrust, powerlessness, and feeling defeated, what you would use here is marjoram, ginger, and cilantro. In celiac disease, the oppression, despair, and feeling blocked that are often felt by people having this disease can be supported by turmeric, lemongrass, and linseed. Chronic fatigue syndrome. For the depletion, apathy, and aloofness that you feel when you have this condition, you can use basil, dill, and neroli. For Crohn's disease, the suppression, distrust, and despair can be supported by the star anise, myrrh, and lemongrass. For dermatitis and the aggression, feeling of being controlled, and feeling overburdened, what can help in this condition is cardamom, clove, and tangerine. Endometriosis and the emotions of fear, of speaking up, sexual trauma, and blocked communication. Spearmint, jasmine, and lavender are the herbs that I would recommend in this condition. Moving on to Graves' disease and abandonment, feeling wounded, and anger that often come with this condition. Use frankincense, helichrysum, and thyme. For Hashimoto's, the injustice, the feeling stuck, and withholding of your own voice. Try cilantro, linseed, and spearmint. Interstitial cystitis, blaming others, wanting revenge, and rage. For these emotions associated with this condition, use ginger, thyme, and cardamom. The emotions that are at the core of multiple sclerosis, like blocked communication, giving up, and helplessness. Try lavender, green mandarin, and lemongrass. For psoriasis and emotions underlying this condition, like feeling controlled, feeling hurt, and fear, try clove, manuka, and juniper berry. Moving on to rheumatoid arthritis and the emotions of feeling oppressed and feeling trapped and poor boundaries that you might have. Try clove, turmeric, and tangerine. Lupus and the emotions of feeling traumatized, the victimhood and the rejection that is often felt by people who have this condition. Try helichrysum, spikenard, and cinnamon. And last but not least, vitiligo and separation trauma. for the feeling of feeling separated, the fear and isolation. The plant medicine that I would recommend here is cedarwood, green mandarin, and marjoram. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the plants that keep showing up over and over again. First, we have clove. The clove is a beautifully fragrant spice that you can use in baking, making tea, using during cooking. And clove has this property of it grounds. It's a really grounding spice, so it's very easy to use, and I'm sure that you have in your kitchen right now. Basil is a fantastic, very, very bright and energetic herb. Just look at the beautiful green color, and what is it that reminds you of? Look at the beautiful lush leaves of this plant, and it's an exotic plant. It's originally from Asia, and there are many versions of this plant, so it's one of those that can really beautifully grow on your windowsill or somewhere in a kitchen if you have a nice big window, so you can grow it yourself. Cardamom, it's a spice. It's actually very spicy in flavor as well. It's one of the spices used in Indian chai, spiced chai. And I would really recommend this beautiful spice to people who love the flavor. Maybe use it, add one of the cardamom pods into your coffee if this is something that you are able to enjoy. A lot of autoimmune patients cannot enjoy coffee for different reasons, but if you can, add a little bit of cardamom into your coffee to bring those beautiful notes of coffee. They go beautifully together. Spearmint. There are different kinds of mint out there. Spearmint has those little ridges on the leaves. They look very aggressive, and to me they feel very protective, and there's this amazing ability of spearmint to wake you up to speak your truth and wake you up and give you energy to do that. It grows everywhere. I have it all around my house. It loves shady areas and moderately moist soil, and this is another thing that you can grow. And it's very, very grateful plant. Once you plant it, it's going to keep growing and coming back year after year. Then we have turmeric. And this plant is very well known in the alternative medicine world, in functional medicine as well, holistic healing. It has strong anti-inflammatory properties, and it soothes and helps the body find its own balance when it comes to heightened immune reaction. It has very strong yellow color, so be very careful when you spread it around and sprinkle it around, especially if you have white countertops. I love to juice the root of turmeric and with a little bit of ginger, and maybe do shots of freshly squeezed juice. I always put it in my broth when I cook broth. You can use it also on your face in very small amounts, and always mix it with some kind of dairy, something slightly acidic, so your skin does not turn yellow. Thyme. This is a wonderful plant that it's an evergreen, so it's going to keep coming back and back. You can also use this plant by drying this until it becomes very, very dry, and lighting in a fire until it starts to smoke, and use it for almost like you would use sage, to use the smoke to cleanse the space. And it's wonderful when you use it in dishes and you think that is Italian in a cuisine style. Poultry. I love using thyme and using the branches of thyme. Once I peeled the little leaves, I love to use it and throw it into the pot of the broth that I'm cooking, and it gives that beautiful aroma. It has that very Italian flavor to it as well. And cilantro. Cilantro is one of those spices, one of those herbs that you either love or hate. I am one of those that actually likes cilantro. I love to put it on almost anything as long as it's fresh and freshly chopped. I will put it on anything. I have a lot of cilantro at home, and cilantro is very, very bright and merry and very happy herb. And that's also one of those herbs that you can very easily find in your local grocery store. There's one more kind of plant remedy alongside using herbs, using herb extracts, using herbs in teas and cooking, essential oils of those herbs. I am sure that you probably have heard about the flower essences. They're a little bit different than any other remedy out there. The company back is the most prominent and known for these plant essences. They come from flowers, flowers of the tree, flowers that grow from the earth. I have been using them myself for about 3-4 years. And again, using the plants itself, they will not do anything. You have to apply your intention. You have to ask the plants to support you. You have to know consciously what is it that you are doing. So putting these plant remedies in water and giving it to your kids and pets will not have such an impact as if the individual was choosing to use a certain remedy, his or herself, with a very personal intention. So what is it that we are going to do once we have the flower remedies, extracts, essential oils, anything? How to actually use plants and how do they work? What is it that we can do with them? In general, when we are talking about the flower essence, there are a few that I recommend, and they are aspen, cherry plum, one of my favorites, star of Bethlehem, rose, rock rose, gorse, sweet chestnut, which it's another one that I really like, and pine. If you would like more information about this, I'm going to post it in the comments down below, because this is a very, very broad topic, flower essences, and if you are looking for more detailed information, let me know. I might do another live just on the flower essences. One thing that I really need to mention again is to use caution. Plants are medicine, and as with any other kinds of medicine out there, you need to use caution about the kind of plants you're using, the amount of plants you're using, and whether or not you're ingesting them. So before you use plants, you have to talk to a medical professional, especially if you're taking any medicine. Plants can change how your liver is producing liver enzymes, and how other medicine is being absorbed in the body, and how fast or slow it's being metabolized in the body. So some of these plants you are able to ingest, basically eat them like cilantro. You can use essential oils for aromatherapy, but please exercise caution. Some of the oils can be lethal to dogs, cats, and in large quantities, even to children. You can apply these plants topically on your skin using a carrier oil or using a leaves or certain plant on certain parts of the body so the essence can actually go into your skin. But again, with all of that, talk to a herbal professional first before you do anything else. We don't want any allergic reactions. We do not want you to get any rashes. We don't want you to get poisoned by these plants. One of the easiest ways to be around plants and the safest is being in the presence of them, caring for them, sowing them yourselves in a pot of soil, caring for them and being close to them. There's very little difference on the energetic level between ingesting a plant and being right next to it. So because everything emanates its own vibration, its own signature, you are able to get the benefits of a plant without the need of the plant being to be eaten by you. Okay, so if you're in the presence of, for example, the birch tree, and you are asking the birch tree to help you with headaches, birch essence is used for aspirin. Aspirin is good for headaches, right? So if you are in the presence of the birch tree, you can ask the birch tree, almost as if it was alive, because it is, almost as if it was its own entity, because it is. Just talk to it and ask for support with the ailment or the problem you have. Same with any other plant out there. If you are not a fan of cilantro and you see cilantro growing somewhere, ask it to help you without the need to eat it. Can you be next to it? Can you take care of this? These are the questions that I really need you to start asking yourself. Do you need to eat the plant to reap the benefits of it? If you are not able to be in the presence of a certain plant, meditation and visualization of that plant in your mind can have similar effects. Once you connect to the essence of a plant, for example, by closing your eyes and imagining a beautiful field of lavender and seeing big bushes of lavender, beautiful violet color, that lavender purple, light purple color spreading all around you, and imagine you smelling lavender and how your body reacts, how your entire system reacts when you imagine yourself in your mind's eye with as much detail as possible that you are in a lavender field. Maybe you are collecting lavender flowers. Maybe you are picking them up. Maybe you are also able to imagine putting your hand into a basket full of lavender flowers and feeling their texture, smelling their smell. Are you able to imagine how the smell looks like? Maybe it has a color. Maybe there's a light to it. And imagine all the light and whatever quality you see of a lavender surrounding your body react. Can you smell it? Can you taste it? Are you able to feel it? Feel it with the fingertips? Feel it against your skin? Are you able to imagine and visualize the plant with such detail? And really pay attention to how your body is changing, because right now when I am talking about lavender with such detail, I already feel very calm. I feel there's a motherly energy to it as well. When I talk about lavender, the entire right side of my body lights up. That's the feminine side. Lavender is also very calming. It's like amethyst in the plant world. Are you able to do that with any other plant? Maybe you need strength, so you will call in the oak tree. Maybe you need to be a little bit more playful and childlike, so you would imagine the child's breath, little white flowers, and imagine how they feel, smell, look like. Maybe they have a taste as well. Maybe there's a color assigned. Maybe there's a sound that you can imagine, and immerse your entire being in that frequency of the plant itself. Let me know if it works for you. Let me know what your experiences with this are. And I am also very interested if you would be interested in a guided meditation with these plants and maybe crystals. Is that something that you feel like you would like to try? Me guiding you through a meditation, visualization, using these beautiful plants, using these crystals and flower essences. How does that feel to you when I say that? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, this is the entire presentation I had for you. This is a conversation starter. So if you have more questions, if you have your own experiences with these plants, extracts, and herbs, let me know. And I am very interested if you're using essential oils in your care every day. I will be letting you know about the essential oils and flower essences that I use in the post during the next week. And I am very interested, what is it that you use for your autoimmune wellness? Okay, so thank you very much for paying attention today, and I hope to hear from you soon. Bye-bye.